What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 26th day of February, and here we are sitting at about $1.43 with roughly 9 hours left in the day. Again, hit that like button. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. XRP, with a little bit of life yesterday, 6% move to the upside. I think that outperformed Bitcoin, didn't it? Bitcoin, it kept on pace with Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved up 6% as well. Consolidating more or less looking the exact same in this consolidation range as BTC looks. So you're on par, you're on track here, right? If we're looking at this from a relative low to a relative high, you actually pull back. Man, this is actually very bullish right here, what just happened. So first and foremost, that's a very bullish doji candle down there, right? You had a pretty solid body down, doji, solid body up. That's a pretty good reversal point. It's not perfect, but it looks good. And then you reached for your golden ratio without actually hitting it. Now, a lot of people, they get hung up whenever they see this. They think that means that there's some unfulfilled prophecy. No matter how high you go, inevitably you have to come back down and hit the golden ratio. But man, whenever you miss the golden ratio like this, and especially you have a reaction like this, you're back above the 382, that's actually very, very bullish. That means that there's so much attention on this area that the price couldn't get down here because there either wasn't enough selling pressure because people are aware of the support zone, or more likely, there was so much buying pressure that the price couldn't move down there. And that's hence the rapid recovery there. I mean, it literally looks perfect. I and you and me and all of us, we are not the only people who are privy to this information of a low to high, relatively speaking, and this Fibonacci retracement, right? Algorithms, trading bots, literally have this plugged into their system. They, like, without even thinking, they just plot this and they're like, okay, this is clearly an area of interest. And whether it's in log or it's not in log, whatever, it might be a difference of, if it's not in log, if some of these are based not in logarithmic, if there's trading bots not based in log, guess what? You actually went right down to your golden ratio on the linear scale. So that was a perfect area to bounce as well. So it doesn't really, it matters to some degree, but that might be, again, why we see some of that front running there. 1 hour time frame, looking at this here. Overall, what I'm trying to say is I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Certainly moving up like this and then consolidating like this. Now this, my friends, this is a pennant pattern. This 100% is a pennant. Look at how that is. It's a bit of an odd kind of entry, but it's a pennant. It's perfect. It's literally a perfect pennant. This, properly identified, would be called a bullish pennant because bullish trend, consolidation, typically you move up. It's a neutral pattern. You move in the direction that you moved into this pattern with, okay? However, we have seen a breakout. We saw a breakout right here, and it looks like, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like it might have been a fake out. That might have been a fake out there. Pennant patterns, wedges, overall, whatever they are, triangle patterns, they're notorious for fake outs, okay? So being here, being so close to this apex and having a fake out, that's not crazy, right? That might throw people off a little bit, but still holding a higher low. Maybe this isn't a pennant. Maybe it's some other kind of consolidation phase. Maybe we're in like a horizontal channel. I don't know, but I would think right here, the fact that we wicked all the way down and we pulled back this heavy back into the pattern by the end of the hour, I think that's a positive sign. I'm taking that as a positive, but we'll see. Let's look at XRP on Coinbase and just see. Volume, any volume? Yeah, a little bit of volume there. That's nice. You're holding the 50 on the RSI. Overall, bullishly postured right now in a kind of neutral stance in this neutral pattern, so that's fair. Stochastics have cooled off. The MACD has cooled off a lot, actually. I mean, in my opinion, genuinely, you look ready to go, man. Now, if you break out of this to the downside, that doesn't mean death, but if you break out of this to the downside, maybe you come back down and you find support at prior resistance, you find support here, and then you move up. Maybe that's what happens. Cool, whatever. Okay, I don't expect XRP to go too much lower, but if you do get below like $1.38, then we can talk about going lower. Then we can talk about going below this low. But I don't think you do. At this point, I'm skeptical to see if you even get below $1.41, but we'll see. The call that I'd like to make is that you will recover from here, that you will continue moving up. That's the call that I'd like to make. Like literally, you won't you won't move down too much at all, if any at all. The lowest I'd give you if you were to move down would be $1.38, and you better hold that level. If you don't, you're in trouble. 4-hour time frame. I mean, we're at $1.43. $1.38 is not that scary, right? It's a little bit though. I mean, I guess it would be about a 10% drop, a little bit more, I think. So I mean, it's a little scary, I guess. 4-hour time frame. Looking at the RSI, getting overbought. That's good. Good job. You're looking very productive here, man. Stochastics look very productive as well. Cooling off a little bit might make sense. You've done that. You don't have to go lower. You could really just find support right here and move up. But if you do go a little bit lower again, $1.38 likely holds as support, and that's fine. MACD's crossing above the 0. You look so ready to go. It reminds me a lot of the Bitcoin 4-hour time frame. You look ready to go. You just got to do it. That's all. Get above these highs, man. And again, if you go a little bit lower from here, if we drop a little bit, we go to $1.38, that's okay. It's not a problem. It's just a problem if we don't hold that level. And I hope you guys understand that a wick to like $1.37, and we're there for 5 minutes, and then we're back up above $1.40, that doesn't count. I'm talking about a break below $1.38. Any price below $1.38 will make me a little squeamish, but really a closing price on a 4-hour time frame below $1.38, that's what would really freak me out. And I say freak me out, I mean, at that point we just talk about lower lows, maybe a double bottom, something like that, maybe a lower low to this even, we'll see. Nothing too dramatic. I would doubt, even in our worst case scenario here, I would doubt that we go below $1. I would doubt that. I would doubt that we even get like close to $1. So I have a really hard time seeing us even get below these lows. If things don't work out the way I think they are right now, we have some lower prices to go. That's fine, but it'll still probably be a higher low overall. So even in the worst case scenario, I'm really not that worried about XRP here. But that's not the call. Not the worst case scenario. That's not the call. The call is more or less that we are going to move up from here, that we are going to recover, that I think we are on a path right now that will take XRP above $2. Yet again, it'll be another lower high. This kind of series of just lower highs that we have coming down. The daily RSI looks productive, guys. You look good. Neutral, definitely neutral, and you're in like the bearish kind of areas right now, but you look productive. Higher lows, higher highs. Broke out of your downtrend, found a nice low. Not pushing lower. I like it. MACD, what I don't like is that you're tapering off in the bullish momentum. You'd be looking to be building instead of tapering off. That's not good, but again, we are kind of in bearish areas of control here. It might take a second, so that's okay. Stochastics look really bullish from here, you guys. This from the RSI, from the stochastics, even from the MACD, it looks like a starting point. The biggest thing I could think of to help kind of confirm this is a starting point would be the RSI getting above the 60 and the MACD turning this dynamic, instead of a lower high dynamic, into a higher high dynamic. Instead of a decaying dynamic on the histogram, a productive building dynamic on the histogram. If we can see that, which I think we can with a nice enough move today or tomorrow, that'd be very validating to the idea that we are in fact moving higher. At the end of the day, throughout this whole video, throughout all the charts that I've looked at, it's a pretty even match. There's just as many bullish things as there are bearish things. Maybe not just as many. There's probably more bullish things than bearish things, but it's like 60-40. There's still a chance, guys, we could go lower. There's still a chance that we could see prices below $1.31. We could go lower than this low here. There is a chance that we could go below this low, but I'm not really worried or concerned about that so much. I would really think that we form a higher low if we do go lower. But again, that's not the stance I'm taking. From here, the stance I'm taking is more or less consolidation, if not a breakout, if not just an immediate move up. And if we move lower, we would hold support at $1.38 and then continue to move up. That's the stance I'm taking. And when we do move up, I mean, ultimately, I think we're in the midst of a move that'll take us up above $2. But from here, when we move up, we should be looking for about $1.80 to $1.90. We will likely find resistance there, consolidate, pull back here for support, then move up to our prices above $2. This will be our topping area, and then we can die. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. By the way, on that note, anything above $2.22, very exciting. very exciting if that can happen. Okay. Not calling for that, but just something to be aware of again. Okay. Take care. See you later. Bye bye.